Hi, this is Wishop, and this is your 2019 um, divination sort of mix and match set. So, this is the February Geomancy reading. So, I already did January, and that's this top row of cards here. This is the second row. This was the mothers, the daughters, the nieces. These are the two witnesses and the judge. So this is sort of what I have assigned as the outcome card for January, outcome card for February, and this will be the outcome card for March. So we started coming out of kind of a chaotic end of the year and then putting something in place that was very stable and sane and serene and peaceful and zen-like. And it's really getting us somewhere, actually. And it could be adding a lot of luster to you. Whatever it is you're doing, that sense of maybe of peacefulness or of just having yourself together a little bit more is making you very appealing. And what I'm seeing here in February is the kind of siren song of seduction as you sort of take yourself out into the public, into social situations, so possibly around Valentine's Day or just other kinds of socializing. You know you've got it good. Your head knows that you've got it good, and you've got it good because you've been working for it in a very gradual, kind of sane and smart way. So you know that. You know that you're doing good for yourself. But I think you get out into these social situations and there's a little bit like the siren song of vice. So what I would say is that it could be that passion turns your head. I mean, Albus and Rubeus are basically the opposites of each other. So Rubeus, which is more Scorpio, and this one's more Gemini, Rubeus can be vice or addictive behavior or just too much of everything. And this is in sort of what I'm using for this type of shield spread as your feet position for this month. So your feet are moving towards vice. And Letitia, which is a very joyful card, and again we have this great Jupiter impact. Jupiter is kind of strong right now, and Jupiter has brought you a lot of gain. So it could be that you've gained a certain luster. Maybe you've put your finances together in a way that allows you to have a little time or extra money to do a particular social activity that you want to, or join something you want to, or maybe you're able to invest in some self-care that you wanted to do, something like that. And you're feeling really good about it. It feels like a lucky break in a sense that you've made for yourself, sort of out of the ashes of the difficult situation you were in. You've made good decisions and you're bringing yourself this luck. But when you head out into your social situations, which are very joyful, they look like they're a lot of fun, it's kind of making you go wobbly in your convictions. So when you're actually out and about, it's getting very tempting to leave behind some of this stability and serenity, which might at this particular time start to be something that you see as boring, right? Like, I've been doing this for a while and now I'm looking for a change. And the change might be to just jump right off the deep end. And you could do that in many ways. Vices are, substances, of course, but also people. I mean, I see socializing here. So think about all the things that can happen when you're out and about. You meet the wrong people, or you meet the right people, but you get involved in the wrong ways, or you do stuff maybe you don't think later on is so smart. And I really feel like there's this idea that you have trepidation about it. You just know that this is not exactly what you should be doing for yourself long term, but it feels really fun in the short term. And you find yourself walking into vice. And so your gains experience a change. It doesn't have to be a permanent one. This is an unstable energy. In fact, this is the most mobile energy there is. So I want to be clear about that. Just because you're having this sort of temporary trepidation, and Rubeus is also, because it's an odd number, is also temporary trepidation. And look at all this red you've got. There's a lot of good stuff. The fundamentals are still really good, but I see a moment of weakness here for sure. And it's maybe not the worst thing in the world. Maybe it's going to give you a chance to test your own assumptions or test what you're doing. Or maybe you just need that little walk on the wild side. Sometimes you do, but you're definitely, you've got some doubts about what you're getting yourself into. So hopefully it's nothing too, I mean, it's a 5, so it should be fairly temporary, not big trouble. If it is big trouble, it looks like you might be lucky enough to get out of it, not like that it won't be huge lasting trouble, that you'll be lucky enough that you'll have a stroke of luck and it won't cause you lasting problems, is kind of how it looks to me. It looks like the good stuff is really overwhelming the bad stuff, but there's definitely a sense of a slip here. And I sort of feel like it's a slip that you're walking right into, that you're just going, yes, I want this. So, so let's see what happens in the following reading in March. I hope you found this interesting and fun. And until the next time, rock on with your bad selves. Oh yeah, by the way, I will put the Geomancy, DIY Geomancy playlist in the description box so that if you're interested in learning more about Geomancy and what it is I'm doing, since Geomancy isn't typically done with cards, but I set up my own deck, you can figure out what the heck I'm up to. Okay, that's it. Bye.